Hello YouTubers, today I'm going to show you how to use Silhouette's new foil transfer sheets. They've just come out with these. They're for the Curio. It uses the embossing feature from the Curio to transfer over the foil only to where the machine embosses, and then you peel off the sheets and what's left is your design on top of whatever paper you've picked. So let me go show you what you need. Alright, so this is the new foil transfer sheets from Silhouette. You get 6 sheets. I think they're about $8 or so on Amazon. And you just cut off the sizes that you need. They have copper, silver, and gold. You're going to need your Curio, and you're going to need the foamy Curio embossing base, or the embossing mat. And we're just doing this on the little base. You're going to need some kind of low tack tape, some like painter's tape. And then I'm using these note cards. I'm going to put the link down to Amazon, but go buy them at Hobby Lobby. They're a lot cheaper. And a couple words about your design. It seems the edge isn't totally clean. If you do the method with the toner and then putting it through the laminators, you get a much cleaner edge. So you got to keep that in mind. So like little words seem to do better, spaced out more words. This guy kind of turned out a little messy. It also can leave little pieces behind even after you try to get some of them off. So smaller words seem to do better, and not so filled in designs seem to feel better. And like there's little designs in their eyes, but it still didn't pull them out. So just keep that in mind. And there's going to be a little trial and error with this, but it's a much cheaper way than buying a toner printer and a laminator. So, and it's a little pop, and it's fairly quick to do. So I'll go show you how to set it up on the software. All right, so we are over at the software. I have my Curio mat already pulled up. If you have Designer Edition or less, all you need to do is plug in your Curio and turn it on. This will pop up automatically. If you don't and you have Business Edition, you will need to make sure that the Silhouette is your default cutter down here. If it is not, you need to click on this little Silhouette button and right click on it, and it will set as default cutter. And then you can come back over here to page setup and change your cutting mat to embossing mat and your size down to automatic Curio. Now my cards that I'm embossing on are 8 inches long and 5.5 inches wide. So what I did is I drew a box from our little grid over here, and then I went over to the transformation window and over here to that one, and made it 5.5 inches wide, or 5.5 inches tall and 8 inches wide. And then I drew a line roughly down the middle. So this is the middle. So this is the part of the card I want to be embossing on. So I took this. This is another one in that same series with the ho 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 and everything else. Ho 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 and the reindeer. And we're going to rotate her 90 degrees. And we're going to shrink her down and put her in the middle of our card. And I just kind of eyeball those kind of things. So we will now go to the embossing panel. I call it the fat star. And we are going to deboss. If you hit emboss, it'll flip her and put it over here. And you don't want it over there. So what we're going to do is I found that if you do this one, and we're going to move it down to 0.05 or 0.005, seems to do the best. There you go, 0.005. Apparently not. All right, so we're going to do, you can go in there. All right, what this is saying is that it can't do it. That's why there's a line through it. So it can't do that. So you can type in a number and hit enter. So you can type in any number you want to. If you just do these guys, it's going to go by 5s. So what that did is it put a bunch of little lines in. And what our embossing tool is going to just go over these lines. And basically what that's going to do is transfer our foil onto our piece of paper. Okay, so we're gonna go over to the send panel. The send panel defaults over to simple. I don't like that, so we go over here to line color. And I have blue that's her, and then I have the red outline that I made for my card. So we only want this blue. And you're gonna go down here in Silhouette, it's called foil transfer sheets. If you're in version 3 or any of the other versions, or even version 4, it won't appear. You have to be in version 4.1 for this to appear as one of your choices. And we're embossing. These are the defaults for it, and these are the ones that I use. If you go down here and you click on these 3 little dots, this is where the platforms are now. Honestly, I don't know what platform 6 means, so I'm hoping that they'll have some more explanation as they go through the software a little bit more. But that's all we're gonna do, and we're gonna go put our paper on our mat. So the Curio, this is our little base, and the Curio wants to cut things that are roughly 5 millimeters tall. That's what these platforms are, is either to build up or to take away to make things 5 millimeters tall to cut. So since this is paper and it's not really thick at all, what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 and 2 and then the 1. The 1 is this foam embossing mat. So our 2 platform, 2, and then the embossing mat, which is got a platform of 1 on it. So we're going to put them in the base and then click and click. And take off our top sheet. And then we're going to place, we have these arrows. So you're going to place it even with this arrow and even with that arrow in a somewhat straight format. Now, these are our sheets. We'll use this one. These are our, you have big full sheets, 8.5 by 11 sheets. And then I've been practicing and playing with this. So what we're going to use is one of the sheets that I've worked with. And basically all you need to do is cut off a section big enough to fit where your design is going to be. And then just cut that off. And there's a backing on it, so you need to peel that off. Now be careful with this, don't crinkle it or anything like that. And you're going to place it roughly where your design's going to go, and then rub it into place. You shouldn't need anything else other than. You're also going to need your fine embossing tip. I think they come with a Curio, and it's just going to rub over your transfer sheet. Alright, so I've got my embossing tool in, and this is my Curio base. We're going to push it all the way in. And then if you come over to the side, there's double arrows. That locks it into place. Now we're going to press start. Alright, so we are all done, and this is what it looks like, and I've taken the bases out of the machine. So what you're going to want to do is take your mat off and then flip it over. It helps keep the paper from crumpling so much, and it's probably wise to do this on a more loved mat. Brand new mats and brand new Silhouette mats and paper don't do well together. Also, because of we're embossing, it leaves the design on the back of the paper, so just keep that in mind for whatever you're doing. So we're going to pull this off, and don't panic. It's going to look like a mess. Okay. And this is why you need the tape. Alright. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your painter's tape. And this is my method of doing this. You can slowly pick at it if you wish to, but I think that takes too much time. Because what Silhouette says to do is to do this. But you can't hit it with the same piece of tape more than once, or else you risk depositing it back on paper. So I like to do it this way. Now this needs to be low tack tape because we're going to have to peel it up. And then you're going to take it and peel it. I like to overlap them so they all come up together. And this little piece over here and a couple of these are probably just going to stay. So there you go. You have an embossed, foiled card for Christmas. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You can please like and subscribe to our channel so that I can do some more videos. Thank you so much.